Hey, Deirdre Burnette here, founder of LifeCoachNation.Life. And I'm coming back with the Virtuous Woman series. And today we're going to talk about Proverbs 31. And we're going to talk about this woman being a boss, okay? The virtuous woman is a merchant. She is a boss, okay? The virtuous woman, let me read this scripture. Proverbs 31:13, starting at 13th chapter. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night, and gives meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. She considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hands she plants a vineyard. She girds her loins with strength, and strengthens her arms. She perceives that her merchandise is good. Her candle goes not out by night. All right? So this woman is a quote unquote entrepreneur, okay? She is making sure that her family is okay. She's not just sitting on the couch looking at the housewives of Atlanta or the housewives of New Jersey or New York or somewhere. She's not just doing that. She's not sitting there like on the tablet all day long, swiping in everybody else's business but her own business, okay? She's not on the phone gossiping, and she's not on the phone like spreading lies or deceit, or just a talebearer, okay? She's not on the phone bearing false witness to other people, okay? She's not on the phone wasting her time, okay? She's not bitter. She's not afraid, okay? So she's putting her hand to the plow, okay? Some of these words and stuff is referring to the women of that time and everything, but if you like break it down and like bring it up to the century that we're in, she is a entrepreneur. She is a boss in her own right. She is a manager over her family. She makes sure that her family has food. She makes sure that her family is clothed. She makes sure that her family is healthy. Okay, she makes sure that her family is whole. WHOLE. This virtuous woman, she's on it. I mean, you know how you might have like manager of a business. He's managing all of these different avenues. He's managing all of these different portals and everything. So he's managing it. He has all of this responsibility, but he's managing. And if it's a good manager, he's managing well. Even if he has to delegate responsibilities to other people, he still manages that. All right. And whenever situations or problems come in, he's managing that. Whenever it's expected for the finances and the money and stuff like that, he has a management over that. Okay. He already knows he has a budget. He already knows he's this. He already knows he has been given a sphere and he manages it, and he's supposed to be managing it well. So you, as a virtuous woman, you have a sphere. A sphere of influence, okay, which is your family. Your husband, if you don't have children, then it's you and your husband. If you have children, it's your family. And that's the sphere that you have been given to manage, to be that boss. And when I say boss, no, you're not the in control of your husband, because he is the head. You are not in control. You are a boss, but he's a boss too, okay? And his word and his words is supposed to be the headship. And if both of you guys are in agreement, then you're not going to have a problem with that, all right? You're not going to have a problem, because the woman is that backbone, okay? The woman is that strength to that man. He has his strength, so don't take his strength, but you use your strength to strengthen him, okay? You use your strength to strengthen him. You use your strength for your children to strengthen your children. You use your strength to strengthen your house. Proverbs, what is it that says, a wise woman builds a house, but the foolish woman tears her house down with her hands. Okay? This virtuous woman is building her house with her hands. She's doing all of this. She lays her hands to the spindle and her hands hold the distaff. She stretched out her hand to the poor. She stretched forth her hands to the needy. What other stuff about her hand, but she uses her hands to build. Okay, but the foolish woman, like I said, in return is going to tear her house down with her hands. Okay, because this is what her hands is doing. This is what her hands is doing. Her hands is in her vanity. Her hands is in her foolishness. Okay, so her house is being just like torn down. It may not look like it's like torn down, but spiritually and all of the other things, it is like torn down. It's torn. It's toe up from the flow up. And although she may put a good foot forward, and because she looks good, because her hands is like always doing this. She might sound good and she might look good, but her house is in ruins. Her house is like termites holding her house together like this, just ready to fall. Okay, so the virtuous woman is going to build her house. Okay, being that virtuous woman, you have to like have that game plan. Okay, it's okay to plan. It's okay to plan, but you got to keep everything in perspective. All right, because in building your house, you have to know that your husband is your husband. All right, you and your husband made those kids. All right, so whenever the kids are like younger, you have to micromanage them kids like every step of the way. You have to feed them, you have to like hold them and carry them. So you are more on hands. But as your kid grow, the toddler, the kindergarten, the elementary school, you loosening up that connection, as far as just like having to put them this close to you, because in a marriage you can never neglect your husband. You can't always have the kids in the bed with you. You can't always be sitting there with babies on your boobs. You know what I'm saying? And you neglecting your husband, because that's the foolish woman stuff. That's her tearing her house down. And now, whenever you do have children, you definitely can't neglect your kids. But when they become like teenagers and they become like legal and stuff like that, and they become like grown adults, guess what? That's not, although you still love them and you still gonna always be their mama, they are grown now. Okay, they are grown. So get out of their business and keep them out of your business. All right, because it's you and your husband. Y'all the ones that started this thing, okay? So you cannot neglect him. And it's real easy. I see women doing it all the time. I see them doing it all the time. They'll just like put these kids before that man. It don't matter what. They'll put these kids before that man. And they'll put these kids before that man. And you do have to take care of the kids, but you have to have a healthy boundary with that stuff. You have to have a healthy boundary. So yeah, virtuous woman, you are a manager. You are a manager. So manage your house and manage your house well. And if you are already married, then hopefully you're doing it. And if you're not doing it, start doing it. And if you are single, then go ahead and prepare. Go ahead and prepare. Knowledge is power. You already know this stuff now. So prepare yourself for what's to come. All right. So again, I am Deirdre Burnette of LifeCoachNation.life. And please like, share, and subscribe. And until we meet again, thank you.